What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. We got NFL Week 6 recapping. What a week. Really some good games, really some big upsets. But the biggest game that really surprised me, yes, I picked the Browns over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought the Browns were on a roll, but come to find out, no, they're not. Baker Mayfield ends up getting benched. What? Is this real life? I cannot believe the Browns benched Baker Mayfield. The seasons Baker's been having, I really think that's a little disrespect, but I also think that the Cleveland Browns coaching staff was really sending a statement to Baker saying, hey, look, you guys are 4-2 right now. Turn it around. But I really think it was overboard. It was like, really? I get it. You guys were going to lose the game. They were already up. Pittsburgh was killing them. Yes, Baker threw a pick six. I get it. But, man, just the way it played out. Actually, Baker threw 2 interceptions this game. Only 119 yards. Really, one of Baker's worst performances I've ever seen. But to bench Baker, crazy. But I'm really more surprised about how Pittsburgh Steelers are really great this year. They're undefeated. I mean, who would have thought that the Pittsburgh Steelers at the beginning of week 1 would have been like, hey, you know what, Cal? Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be undefeated going into week 7. I would have really laughed at you. But the way Rapist Big Ben's been playing, and those boys, they are killing it. James Conner, the running back, he had 20 carries for over 100 yards and 1 touchdown. To me, that's traditional Pittsburgh Steelers right there. They're going to run the ball down your throat, and they're also going to throw with Rapist Big Ben. And that's just the way they do. Claypool, he had 4 receptions for 74 yards. What a performance, like I said, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and what an upset. What an upset overall. The Bears versus the Panthers. Yes, I told you guys this was more of a upcoming a moment of truth of like when I'm going to bet like 5 minutes before the game. And it was really a coin flip. It was either Panthers or Bears. I ended up picking Bears last second. I just thought the Bears with Nick Foles, the way he's been playing, I really thought they would really saddle it off. And they did. And they did. What a game by Foles. He had 198 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And yes, we saw Foles. He's a Super Bowl champion. Won a Super Bowl with Philly. I know you guys remember that against the Patriots. I loved it. Overall, Teddy Bridgewater didn't have a great game, 2 interceptions. And that's really why the Panthers lost. Teddy Bridgewater, really starts with him, the leader of the team. But shout out to the Bears and Foles, dude. They are on a roll. Then we got the Lions versus the Jags. I ended up taking the Lions last second. The Jacksonville Jaguars, we have to understand, dude, they are subpar. They are trash, dude. Trash. I'm sorry. Everything about the Jacksonville Jaguars, they are trash, dude. But Stafford, he had 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Swift, he had 14 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. In fill of Adrian Peterson. As we know, Adrian Peterson, I believe this is last year with Detroit and last year in the league. Who knows? Hopefully I'm wrong. Jets versus Miami. Yes, I picked Miami in this one. I mean, we're talking about the New York Jets here. The Jets are really trash as well, just like Jacksonville Jaguars. Sam Darnold, really, to me, he has to prove to me, dude. I mean, did he even start? We had Flacco start in this game. Flacco had 186 yards. 186 yards and 1 interception. Flacco, dude, I really thought Flacco was going to retire out of the league. You know, I get it. He won a Super Bowl with Baltimore when they had arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL that has ever seen with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed to start. So, I mean, it makes sense why Flacco won a Super Bowl. But look, Flacco had a good Super Bowl performance the whole playoffs. But that was really Flacco's best ability right there. Now we're seeing Flacco. He's playing with the New York Jets years later. It's crazy to me. Is Joe Flacco a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. He's not. He had arguably a couple good seasons with the Ravens, and that was that. So to sit up here and say Flacco's a Hall of Famer, that'd be ignorant, dude. Flacco's far from a Hall of Famer. He's had a good career, though, but look where he's at now. He's with the Jets. But a big win for Miami. Fitzpatrick, 191 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 2 picks. 2 picks, got to lower it, but hey, they got the dub. Then we had one of the games of the week. We had Green Bay versus Tampa, dude. I'm telling you what, dude. I picked Tampa. I went with my gut, and I succeeded. Tampa got the blowout win. It was great. It was great. And yes, Aaron Rodgers, he had a really shitty game. 2 interceptions. We don't really see much of Aaron Rodgers having shitty games, right? 160 yards, that's it. We had Tom Brady, 166 yards with 2 touchdowns. Gronk, man, what a performance. Gronk had 5 receptions for 78 yards and 1 touchdown. Brady and Gronk, we've seen them so many times back in New England. Now we're seeing them here in Tampa. I think it's great. I think it's great for the NFL to see Gronk back. And look, dude, Tampa's a dangerous team right now. We're talking about Tampa Bay. They have home field advantage in the playoffs. I'm saying that because they had the Super Bowl in Tampa in 2021. So if Tampa ends up making the Super Bowl, they got the home. It's at their home stadium. So amazing to me. So watch out for Tampa. Then we got the Rams versus the 49ers. This was another game I got wrong. I picked the Rams. I thought the Rams were really going to cover the 2.5 spread, but they didn't, dude. 51.5 was the over-under. Went with the under. It was right. Goff had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. But look, Jimmy G ended up coming back and having a great game. 268 yards with 3 touchdowns. Kittle, he had 7 receptions for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. Look, the 49ers, I feel like this was a must-win game for the 49ers. I should have analyzed it better and said, hey, look, 49ers need this more than the Rams. Okay, the Rams are still good. They are still sitting nice right now, but the 49ers, Jimmy G, I believe they're 500 right now. So to me, they still got a long way to go to where they want to go. Obviously, back to the Super Bowl if they want to rematch versus Kansas City. Then we had the Texans versus the Titans. I picked the Titans. 3.5 was a spread, and they ended up cashing out. They won in overtime. Derrick Henry was the difference here. 22 carries, 212 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry is the best running back in the NFL. I said it before even the season started. Derrick Henry's the number 1 back, hands down. I mean, he's a workhorse. No one can stop him. Amazing to me, and they got the job done. Deshaun Watson had a great game, 335 yards with 4 touchdowns. Will Fuller, he had 6 receptions for 123 yards and 1 touchdown as well. So it's not Deshaun Watson's fault to where the Texans are at right now. He's performing week in and week out. And to me, I just think Texans really need to start with their head coach and their organization, what they want to do with what they're going to do moving forward to add pieces for Deshaun Watson. That's really what it takes. But like I said, Titans are undefeated right now as well. And I believe they play the Pittsburgh Steelers coming up, both undefeated teams. It's going to be a great game. But Ryan Tannehill's really having a great year this year. 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 pick, dude. Ryan Tannehill is on fire right now. But the difference maker is his play, and also Derrick Henry's the X factor. No doubt about it. Then we got the Bengals versus the Colts. The Colts ended up squeaking out a win. I told you guys, yes, I said money line, but money line for sure was the bet to place. 7.5 was the spread. The Colts only won, I believe, by 4. I mean, what a close game. But look, it looked ugly, but a win is a win. I still thought the Colts should tank. Joe Burrow, 313 yards and 1 interception. T. Higgins, he had 6 receptions for 125 yards for the Bengals. Then we had Phillip Rivers, 371 yards, 3 touchdowns and only 1 pick, dude. Crazy. Jonathan Taylor, he also had 12 carries for 60 yards. Marcus Johnson, he had 5 receptions for 108 yards. Really, the Colts really did not play well to start, but they finished great, and they obviously got the dub. That's what it boils down to. I mean, the Colts are, dude, they're way above 500 right now. Obviously, they lost the first game of the season against trash-ass Jacksonville, and to me, it was just crazy, but I just hope for the Colts, they eventually get a quarterback that's going to be with the Indianapolis Colts, like, at least for a decade, kind of like how Peyton Manning was there for so long. So I want to see a great quarterback like that eventually come to the Indianapolis Colts, because if we want to win a Super Bowl, that's what has to happen. We have to get a quarterback, and that starts with Pillhead Jim Irsay. So to me, I need that bad. And then we got the over-under was 46, and it was the over. Then we got Atlanta versus Minnesota. I picked Minnesota at home. I thought for sure they would win. Now, hats off to Atlanta Falcons. They finally got their first win of the season, dude, and it came in week 6, dude. I'm telling you what, better late than never, right? I mean, Matt Ryan, 371 yards and 4 touchdowns. Julio Jones had 8 receptions for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. I just thought Atlanta should have been playing like this in week 1. They should have been giving touches to Julio Jones the whole time. That's their main target on offense. They're number 1. And to me, now they're finally going to him. It's funny. I just think Atlanta's really handled this whole situation not right. And to me, I just think it's really bit him in the butt. Then we got Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, I don't think is the guy. He had 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions as well. I mean, when you're throwing 3 picks, dude, a game, even 2 or 2 interceptions, dude, that's not cutting it in the NFL. Justin Jefferson, he had 9 receptions for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns for Minnesota, but Minnesota did not get the job done, and they lost to the winless Atlanta Falcons. And look where Minnesota is. They've only won 1 game this year. Dude, Minnesota, we saw beat the Saints in the playoffs in the heartbreak like this past year. Crazy. Now Minnesota probably won't even make the playoffs this year. Karma sucks, Minnesota. That's all I got to say about you motherfuckers. Then we got the Broncos versus the Patriots. I picked the Patriots. The Patriots were 7.5. I really thought they would win, but the difference maker was the Broncos and Drew Lock. Drew Lock had 189 yards, but he also had 2 touchdowns on top of that. How did they get the win? Philip Lindsay, he had 23 carries for over 100 yards. It really started with their front 7 and the running back. Philip, that's really what the difference maker was. Cam Newton did not have a good game. Obviously, first coming back from COVID, 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. To me, crazy. He also had 10 carries and 76 yards, excuse me. To me, it's just the Patriots right now. I mean, they're in a weird spot, right? Belichick's never been in this spot before. Tom Brady's gone. Look at Tom Brady and the Bucs. They're sitting pretty nice, nicer than the Patriots right now. But I do expect Cam Newton to come back and bounce back. No doubt about it. It was just the timing of everything. He's been out for a week or 2 with COVID. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying everything really didn't fall in place for the Patriots, but I expect the Patriots to bounce back next week and Cam Newton to have a huge game. Then we got the Washington team versus the Giants. I picked the Washington team with the upset. I really thought it was. Giants were 3-point favorites. They did not cover. They ended up winning the game by 20-19. Alex Smith did not start. It was Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen had 280 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. To me, I really thought, Alex Smith, give him a shot, dude. The Washington team, you guys have won like 1 or 2 games. Dude, you guys are trash right now. Give Alex Smith a shot. Hopefully, Alex Smith wins Comeback Player of the Year. I love that. Daniel Jones, the quarterback for the Giants, he had 112 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Look, they squeak out the win. 20-19 against the Washington team. Hey, wins and a win in the NFL. They don't care how it happens. Then we got the Ravens versus the Eagles. I ended up picking the Eagles with the upset, but right before the game, I was like, look, dude, I think this is dumb. The way I saw the Ravens, I said, look, the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens, and the Ravens won. They didn't cover the 9.5. I would say go money line on the Ravens there. That would have been a smart play. The Eagles were playing for everything. They came back. But, there is still some bright days for the Philadelphia Eagles. Their whole division is trash right now. The Cowboys, I mean, dude, the list goes on. The Giants, dude, they are trash right now. So the Eagles, they can still make the playoffs, and they only have 1 game this year. That's the upside. Carson Wentz, he had 213 yards and 2 touchdowns. Miles Sanders, he had 9 carries for 118 yards. That was the difference maker, but I think overall for Philadelphia's standpoint is, look, dude, you guys can still make the playoffs, dude. We're about to be in week 7, and you guys only have 1 win, and you can still make the playoffs. That's insane to me, but it's true. It's all math. I'm telling you what, it's possible. So for Philly, dude, there's still some sunny days. Yes, the downside is you only got 1 win. Lamar Jackson, 186 yards and 1 touchdown. He also had 9 carries for over 100 yards. To me, Lamar, we've seen it over and over. Lamar's legit, and I hope he wins back-to-back MVPs. The Ravens are on a roll, but the Philly, there's still some bright days. Then we got the Monday night game. We had Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. I picked Kansas City. I was going to pick Buffalo at first, but I was like, look, Kansas City's not losing back-to-back games, okay? We have to understand that. Patrick Mahomes, 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. Look, dude, they're just sick, dude. Clyde Edwards, he had 26 carries for 161 yards. Plus, they have Le'Veon Bell coming back next week to Kansas City. Amazing to me, dude. Kansas City, dude, they just keep getting better and better and better. For the Bills, there's upside. Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He even said he needs to play better. No excuses for the Buffalo Bills. I'm not really concerned about the Buffalo Bills. Look, dude, you guys just play Kansas City. But if you guys make it to the Super Bowl, you guys have to go through Kansas City. That's just the facts of it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, dude. You have to go through Kansas City to win. And then we had Arizona versus the Cowboys. I originally picked the Cowboys, but I was thinking about it prior to the game. I said, Dak is really out. I don't see Cowboys winning it. And I ended up changing my pick to Arizona, which was the great pick. Arizona got the blowout dub. They got the blowout dub. Murray 188 yards with 2 touchdowns. Kenyon Drake had 20 carries for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, dude, they did everything they did to Dallas. They ran, they threw on them, they did what they want. Zeke did not have a great game. He had back-to-back fumbles on back-to-back drives in the first half. We never seen that in Zeke's career, have 2 fumbles in a game. Really, it was just a bad day for the Cowboys. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Andy Dalton. Look, dude, for the Cowboys, I mean, look. With Dak being out, we're starting to see what Dak's value was, right? And I was critical on Dak and Baker, saying this was their make or break year. I still believe that. But I just hope Dak Prescott comes back, and I really do hope the Dallas Cowboys sign Dak Prescott to maybe not like a 10-year deal, maybe like a 4 or 5-year deal, kind of like they did with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. Somewhere in that aspect. But I just think, for the Cowboys right now, it's not looking good for you. It's really looking like you guys are going to start to lose a lot of games and not even make the playoffs, and Dak Prescott won't be back till next year. So is this another wasted year for the Dallas Cowboys? I hope not. Obviously Zeke did not play well. It's just everything didn't go right for the Dallas Cowboys, and everything went right for the Arizona Cardinals. But like I said, for the Cowboys, dude, it's really an uphill battle from here. So to me, it's just like, what are you guys gonna do? Jerry Jones, what are you guys gonna do? Yeah, the ball's in your court. What are you going to do? But the biggest surprise is, yes, Tampa beating Green Bay really badly, dude. I did not see that coming. And obviously Atlanta beating Minnesota. There were some upset games, no doubt about it. Patriots losing. But I'd say the powerhouse team, like I said, from the beginning of week 1, my dark horse team was the Tennessee Titans. Dude, they have a great offensive line, great running game. They have a great defense. They control the clock. They keep the other opposing offense off the field. That's how you win games in the NFL, and Tennessee Titans does it best, dude. They are my dark horse right now, and they are a scary team. So overall, I would say Tennessee, dude, they're on fire right now. We see a lot of these games, but I'm telling you what, the Pittsburgh Steelers as well is on the map, baby. It's NFL football, baby. Let's go!